This is where it all began. 5 years ago, we began weekly worship services here at Ooltewah Elementary School. As many of you know, it was about 2 years ago that we felt God began to give us permission to start to look for a more permanent home. And if you were around with us right after this past Easter in the spring, we began to share with you the good news that we felt like God had provided a specific piece of property for our church for a permanent and future home for us on a weekly basis. Well, I'm excited to tell you that after all the due diligence that we've done, we've had surveys done, we've checked with the local governments for zoning questions, we've sought wise counsel from other pastors and churches who've gone before us and have done these kinds of things. We now believe we are in a position to sign a contract that the landowner and our elders have approved on in terms of a purchase price and the location. Well, the question that I know is on everyone's mind is this: where is the land? I can tell you, but I'd rather show you. Come on. Welcome home, Two Rivers. This is 10 acres of incredible, flat, buildable, beautiful land that God has provided for our church. To my left is Interstate 75. To my right is Ooltewah-Georgetown Road. We are directly across from Bella Ridge subdivision, and this is where God is going to continue the work that He began 5 years ago at Ooltewah Elementary School. Well, I know you've got lots of questions. Questions like, when? When are we going to move into a building? Well, on average, it takes about 2 years after a church acquires land to move into a building. And maybe you're wondering why. Why are we going to move from this school and move onto a piece of property and build a building? Well, we actually prayed for a long time about that and believed that God led us to have a permanent facility because it's going to enable us to accomplish the mission He's given us better. The mission to invite people who don't have a church home into a family, to see that God transforms us through the power of His Word in the midst of relationship, and then to actually have an impact not just on us, but on the world around us in this community here in Ooltewah, Cleveland, Chattanooga, but also to the ends of the earth. And finally, what's next? Well, we're not going to make a purchase of $100,000 or more without member approval. So on Sunday, December the 15th at 9:30 and 11 o'clock, we're going to take a vote for you to approve this purchase as members of Two Rivers Church. And afterwards, we're going to have a delicious steak dinner to celebrate. Right, fellas?